Nano Banana Pro just dropped a few days ago, and it's probably one of the craziest AI updates that I've seen since the inception of AI and ChatGPT and stuff. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to create static image ads exactly like this for e-commerce brands in 3 simple steps. This is going to be perfect if you own an e-commerce brand, if you're a drop shipper, or you're a creative strategist who is selling these ads as a service. Let's get into the video. I think the first thing to do is actually just take a look at how good these ads are. Like, I'm obviously going to show you the full process, but look at the text on this. And this was a one-shot prompt. I did not edit this in any way, shape or form. Look at this one, bang. This was like a little advertorial style one that I saw. And then this was a little space goods one. So let's jump into the process. Right, so the way that we're actually going to do this, very simple. I've got this brand here. So we're going to be making ads for this brand. It's called Sperm Worms. The world's first gummy that supercharges sperm health and male vitality. Pretty cool little brand. And the way that we're going to create an image for this is we're going to go into Ad Library, or if you used like any ad spy tools like Get Hooked, you want to choose an ad that you want to kind of replicate the structure of it, because it's always best to use some sort of format that is already working or something that you like the look of. And we're going to create an ad based on that structure. So what I'm going to do is, I quite like the look of this one. It's quite a simple looking ad. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to come over to Gemini. We're going to put this in here. And all I'm going to say is, analyze this static ad and break down the structure. That's it. That's all you're going to say to it. That's going to go ahead and break down the structure. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we want to create some sort of brief for this. Well, you don't actually need to create a brief. We're just going to take a screenshot of the entire page. So I use Go Full Page. That's going to take a screenshot of the entire page that we can then plug into Gemini after we've got the breakdown to then create a creative brief. So we want to download that PDF. We also want to take some screenshots of the product. So let's get one, this. I'm going to pull this in here. That's a good enough one there. Get another one of this one that looks like it's better. I'm also going to try and get a photo. Let's get a photo of the little packet. And let's get a photo of the actual gummy. That's all we're going to need. Now, Gemini should be done. So as you can see here, it's basically just broken down the style of the static ad. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my PDF for sperm worms. We're going to add that in. I'm going to say, great, now I want you to take a look at my offer for sperm worms and create a creative brief for a new static ad in the same format and structure of the feel ad. And that is pretty much all I'm going to do. That's going to then create a creative brief. Now, back before we had AI, I would then give that creative brief to a designer and wait 3 days on them actually making it. Whereas in this process, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to have an ad that is completely finished and done. Right, so what this has done is it's made our creative brief for us. So it's told us the soft gradient, the copy male fertility support. It's got the headline sperm count crisis. We've got a sub-headline, doctor developed nutrients to supercharge male fertility and vitality. We've got 0.1, 60% drop in global sperm counts since 1970. It's got 9 active sperm boosting ingredients, including zinc and folate, and 100% testosterone support for energy and recovery. Shop Sperm Worms, 30-day money-back guarantee. So what you can do is you can reprompt it for a specific angle or have it have a specific headline if you want to plug your own copy in. I'm not going to do that. I'm literally just going to take this, the creative brief. I'm going to open up a new chat. In this chat, I'm going to say, make this ad at 4:5 ratio. I'm going to turn on Nano Banana, and then I'm going to add in all of our images. So that was all the images of the screenshots of the actual product that we took before. And now we are just going to hit submit. And that is going to create our ad. And boom, we have this now, which is pretty much perfect. Now, what you could say is the buttons look a bit, maybe it needs to kind of little pop out a little bit more. Now, we can actually reprompt it and get it to do that, which I'm going to do in a second. But to be honest, that is pretty bang on. And you could literally just drop this into an ad account and have it print, because a lot of the time it's more to do with the copy, the angle, and the market. So, but it just goes to show you that was done in what, 2-3 minutes? You could create countless of these. You can test quick if you're a brand owner. You can test quick if you're a drop shipper. If you're selling this as a service, let's say you're a creative strategist and you're already doing ad scripts, creating VSLs, stuff like that. You come in and you're like, you don't need a designer anymore. I'm going to give you unlimited static ads, as many as you can possibly test. I'm only going to charge you an extra $2,000 a month. Boom, like there. And then you just need to sit down or hire someone with your SOPs to come in and actually just go through this. The biggest part is going to be the angles. That's what you need to really dial in on. But the actual design part, completely fixed. If you look at the text here, perfect, bang on. That product, perfect. The actual gummies, perfect. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say something like, let's make the CTA button a little more 3D and give it a gradient. Also, let's make the text pop a bit more. You can get, a little bit more granular and tell it exactly what you want. I just want to show you how the editing skills are on this, because the editing used to be pretty bad for Nano Banana and ChatGPT images. Like if you got it to remake an image, the quality would just go down. It would fuck up all the text. It wouldn't actually edit the part that you wanted to edit. Whereas now it seems to be able to edit pretty much perfectly. Boom, that's a little bit more 3D, text popping a little bit more as well. What else could we do here? We could also say something like, add a yellow 30-day money back guarantee badge in the top left. Make this 3D also. Boom, there we go. It's actually put it over that, which I would edit that again and get it to put it underneath the actual headline. That's not great. But again, as you can see, another quick prompt, boom, we're ready to go. And this was actually just another version that I'd done previously, which is pretty much bang on. I actually prefer this one. That text looks a little bit better. And I just went through the exact same process. I just redone it with the exact same brief, and it gave me something slightly different. So play around with that. You can play around with the angles. You can add your own copy in. This works for any brand. It works for fashion brands, even though I don't like to work for fashion brands. It can work for jewellery brands. I'm going to go over other videos where you can get really lifelike models and put any type of clothing on them. It's not something that I do, but I can show you guys that. But this works super well for these types of brands, CPG brands. You can pump out endless creatives and it costs you peanuts. We don't need to use Google AI Studio for the highest resolution. This is good enough for meta ads, and you can charge thousands for this. And if you're a dropshipper or an eCom brand owner, you can scale very quickly. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you got any value at all, make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. Also make sure you get on the email list. The link is in the description. Also check out Ad Operator, where I go heavy deep on this. I think there's like 17 hours worth of content in that course now, where I give you the custom GPTs, the Gemini gems, the Claude project, and I'll show you the full framework of making this as well as full video ads with AI. That's it. See you guys in the next video.